Meghalaya Chief Minister Conrad Sangma today said that the cabinet has decided to extend support to the Khasi, Jaintia and Garo Hills autonomous district councils to address their financial challenges. 3 subcommittees will be set up, one for each council, to hold consultations over the next 45 days. He reiterated that the government's role will be limited to salary payments to ensure transparency and financial reforms without interfering in the constitutional or traditional functions of the councils.
The support that we intend to give to the autonomous district councils. Basically, the thought process is very simple. That the district councils at different levels, whether it's the Garo Hills, whether it's Jaintia Hills, or whether it's Khasi Hills, are facing different issues and concerns, and some of them facing financial problems. And we've seen that because of that, the functioning of the councils has been affected at large. And the councils are a very, very important part of our tradition and our institution. And it is an institution that has been, as I said, empowered by the Constitution and the Parliament itself. And hence, it is important for the state government to support, in whatever way possible, to ensure that these institutions work in a proper manner and in an efficient manner. And hence, our decision has been made that we will be forming 3 subcommittees. And these 3 subcommittees will engage in the next 45 days with all the 3 separately, of course. Each subcommittee for one district council will engage with the district councils. Now let me make it very clear. This is only an option. This is not something that is mandatory. The desire to work and to take the support from the government is totally the discretion of the district councils. It is not something that we are making it mandatory. And hence these committees, these subcommittees will now engage with the councils, and the councils are at liberty to reject this offer completely. So there is one thing I want to make clear: this is not mandatory. But we have seen that there are concerns, and some of the councils may be willing to work with us. When I say work with us, means for the support that we'll give. Second point that I want to mention is that all these support that we're mentioning regarding salaries will come with a very basic condition and a basic reform-based incentive. And that is financial reforms. So we are concerned about the financial stability of the councils. So we would be asking the councils to have a principal secretary of the position of either a senior MCS officer or a senior IAS officer to look into the overall financial administration of the councils, to ensure that the money that is being given is utilized specifically for salaries, and financial reforms like service rules. Service rules are important because employment, all these things, aspects are what leads to the instability of financial instability of councils. So reforms will be required, and reforms, as I said, financial. They may be very, very, very clear. We're talking of purely financial reforms only. So whether it's service rules, whether it's financial rules, whether it is procurement policy, these are the areas which, and obviously disbursement of the money meant for the salaries going through an escrow account and ensuring that the employees get the salary. These are the areas which we would want the principal secretary to be there to monitor. Let me make it very, very clear. Government will not, I repeat, will not intervene in the functioning of the council. Whether it's to do with land issues, whether it's to do with traditional rights, whether it's to do with any kind of powers that are enshrined in the Constitution, it is the prerogative of the district councils. Even if the state thinks for even 1 minute that it is going to do something in that line, Their constitution is there to protect it. So therefore, there is no question, I repeat, absolutely no question and no chance for the state government to in any way go into the different functioning of the district councils. As I said, this is purely to do with financial stability of the councils. And as I said earlier, this is not a mandatory move. This is a clear option being given. We will speak to the councils and the subcommittees will submit the reports to the government within 45 days, and we will take a decision based on the reports that we receive from the from the subcommittees to then decide on how we will move forward for every district council.